Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 5 of the Whatnot course designed to not only get you selling, but get you selling successfully on the Whatnot app. In today's video, we're discussing how to add items into your store via auction, buy it now, and giveaways. The process looks a little different on a mobile device versus a computer, so be sure to sit tight through the whole video so you don't miss a thing. Alrighty. In the last video, we learned how to set up an auction. If you missed that, definitely go back and check that out. In that video, I set up a dummy auction on my Whatnot. I've got to get this thing off of here before people start bookmarking it. It's set for distant in June, but today I'm going to show you how to add items into that auction. From the Whatnot homepage, click in the bottom right on your profile, and here you will see the 2 auctions that I have scheduled. One of them is Kids Meal Toys. That auction is actually going to happen, but this one scheduled for June 1st is just for the purpose of making these tutorial videos for you guys. Thankfully, there are no bookmarks. We're gonna go ahead and click on that auction, and the first thing I do is turn the volume way down because the entire time I'm adding these items in, I'm going to hear this video replay on loop. So turn that down, and from here we will click down here in the bottom right on add. One thing about Android is that these top 2 are always cut off. The left one says auction, the right says buy it now. Whatnot, you need to work on this because on Android it is always cut off. One of the best ways to actually add an item into the buy it now currently for Android users is to get on the computer. If the blue is highlighted on the left and you're on Android and it's hidden like it is on mine, you are under auction mode, which is exactly where we want to be inputting this listing. We're gonna click upload photos first. For the sake of this video, let's say this green envelope is the first book that I want to list. I'm just gonna take a couple photos, a couple different angles, front and back maybe. This is not the place where you need to take 12 to 24 photos. If there's anything severely wrong with an item, you can take photos here because Whatnot does make the item available for pre-bid. So if there's something severely wrong with an item, you do want to go ahead and let the buyer know at this point. From here, we select our category once again. So we're going to scroll down to books because we're listing in books and children's books. The title of the item that I am selling, let's say that this is a Little Red Riding Hood book. In the description, I'm going to say where to corners. Next. Here is my starting price. Again, very, very important for a couple different reasons. The first reason is this is going to make pre-bidding available on your item. Whatnot and the buyers will all know that you're not accepting anything less than $5. That is where you're gonna start this item. Also, during the auction, it's a good reference for you to know exactly where you're going to start the items price-wise. How many of these items do you have? We only have one Little Red Riding Hood book, and how much does it weigh? This is super important. You need to input the size of the package, not the size of the item. Where the book might be 3 ounces, let's just say, with the weight of a box, it's going to be 8 to 11 ounces. From here, we can publish the item, and now you'll see my store has an item in it. If I click on store in the bottom right corner, and then I click on auction here, you will see my Little Red Riding Hood book starting at $5. You are also able to enter items into the buy it now and the giveaway section. You just need to pre-select those before all of the other item information. What if you have more than one of the exact same item in the exact same condition? How do you add multiple quantities of the same listing? There are actually 2 ways to do that, and I'll walk you through those now. I've entered a new listing, and under quantity, let's say we have 5 of these items. If I do not select list these products individually, then let me show you exactly how that is going to pop up. Here's Mark Twain for kids as a quantity of 5. There's another way to list a quantity though that's going to give everyone its own number. This time we're going to list the products individually, and I have an Alice in Wonderland book, again starting at $5. This time we have 5 of them, and we're going to toggle on list products individually. Let me show you what that looks like now in the store. You'll see I went from 2 to 7 items. When I had the Mark Twain book listed, it only added 1 additional item into my store because those items were not listed individually. But this time when I select the store and I go to auction, you'll see all of those same items now have a unique individual number, Alice in Wonderland 1 through 5. That's 2 different ways to add multi-quantity listings when you are listing in your store.
I want to also show you guys what this process of adding listings looks like like on the computer because it is a little bit different. So here I just have my computer opened up, and from the Whatnot homepage, I'm going to look in the upper right corner, your little profile icon. We'll go ahead and click on that. From here, we're going to click on My Live Streams, not Seller Dashboard. My Live Streams is where you want to click. This is going to pull up any active live streams. Let's select the one that you want to add items to. In my case, it's the best literature ever. I can't believe you guys let me misspell literature like that. It is what it is. No sense in changing it now. So we're going to click on Kids Best Literature, Open Stream. It's really important that you click open stream. We're not going to start the stream, okay? This yellow button add on the left side here, and then we're going to click quick add. Search for our databases in there, but I do a lot of luxury and one-off items, and they're not going to be in the database, lots of vintage stuff. But if you do Funko Pops, Pokemon cards, so on and so forth, feel free to search the database. I'm going to click quick add. Up at the top, you'll see auction, buy it now, and giveaway. You can enter into any of these categories. These are the buttons that were previously hidden and unavailable on Android. So we have the category as children's books. The name is The Three Little Pigs. I'm going to go ahead and add a description here, like new, quantity is 1, my price is $5, and here is a bonus, like a pro tip, okay? So after you enter your price, do not scroll down from here, because if you scroll down from here, it's going to drive your price down to $1. You won't know why your items are starting at $1 because that little arrow there on the side is going to just scroll your item. You have to click into no man's land after you have entered the price to toggle off of that field, or I promise you it'll drive it down to $1. I couldn't figure out why none of my prices were saving, and that was the problem. So just a little tip, you know, something that I learned the hard way. Click confirm. We're going to scroll back over here to the buy it now section, ensure that our listing is there. There it is. Giveaways will appear here, and during your stream, anything you've sold is going to appear under the sold tab. It's pretty simple on desktop.
Believe it or not, there's still one way to add items into the store that we haven't even discussed yet, and that is cloning items. When you have a sale and you have leftover items you want to sell in your next auction, you don't have to start from scratch. It's called cloning. It's the very next video. Click here to learn how to clone items from your Whatnot sales.